All right, all right, all right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Scams. It's the artist known as Andrew speaking. And, I just realized I'm not 100% sure I got the microphone turned on. Let's see. Andrew speaking. And, I do, but I don't have it coming out the right place. Oh, goodness. Hold on just a quick second, guys. USB and USB. Okay, there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. All right, let me just make sure everything's good. And USB. All right, excellent, excellent. Hey, awesome one, how's it going? Welcome to the show. We're going to do something fun tonight, or we're going to attempt to do something fun. Back on the old channel, Misfit Corner Comics, we played a game one time, actually twice. We did it twice, in which we what I did. There's a radio station, and the guys on the radio do this all the time, and I decided to steal their idea. I'm not sure, it's not very much of an original idea, but what you do is you take an audio clip from something that happened in the news, you bleep out one word or short phrase. Oh, hey, Manuel, how's it going? You bleep out one word or short phrase, and you have them guess what it is. And we did it a couple times, and honestly, we had a blast. We had a really good time doing it, and it was a lot of fun. But it takes so much effort to go through live streams and edit out clips and try to find ones that are funny. I mean, that's what we're going for. We're not using explicit language or anything like that, but sometimes the bleeping implies that, and it's fun. It just becomes fun. Well, I told the guys I wanted to do a scammers edition. Oh, Manuel says he's eating his dinner. Okay, yeah, I just finished mine. Just had some pizza. But we're going to do a scammer edition. Um, one of the reasons why I thought it'd be funny is the fact that I know for a fact neither Todd nor Avery, my two buds that usually join me, they don't watch any of my scammer videos. So if I cut up a scammer video, they've probably never heard it. But today, while I was at the store, I was working on making some clips to use for this purpose. And oh, hey, Clark, how's it going? Was going to use clips for the purpose of making the bleeping game. I realized I had a whole bunch that I hadn't used yet that you guys hadn't heard yet. So I decided, let me mix in some of those. So some of them will be new to you guys as well. If because if you guys follow the channel, you've seen the videos, you know what's being said. But these guys, they have no clue, which is a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll get them to join, and we'll get going and playing the game, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if it ends up becoming as entertaining as I hope it is. So we'll see. So, all right. Now I did send them a notification, but we'll see what happens. Justing76 says, love your videos. How many scam calls do you get a day? Honestly, it depends. I probably answer 10 to 12 calls a day. There are some I miss. Probably half of them hold on for 10 seconds and then hang up. But of the other half that I get, the 5 or 6 calls I actually get, maybe 1 or 2 is worth making a video out of. The rest of them, as soon as I start talking to the people, they hang up on me, which, I mean, they're calling me, which is the crazy part. But, Oh, hey, Max, how's it going? Max says, do you live in Jacksonville, Florida? Yes, I do. I think it's funny. I had a scammer the other day that was telling me he was also in Florida, even though he was calling from like a Chicago area code. It's like, oh, okay. Whatever. You can never believe a word that they say, but we'll see what happens. I did get a car warranty scam call on Friday, which I'm going to make into a video for tomorrow. I was supposed to use part of it in tonight's game, but I never got around to it, so it's all right. But it was a really weird call. It was one of those ones where the guy realizes you're screwing with them, so they go off topic, and he started talking about something I had no clue what he was talking about. It had something to do with something he had seen on the news about how, like, Prozac or something. He was talking about pharmacy medicines, and I'm like, what, where is this guy going with this? That was a weird one, but I screwed with him and had a good time doing it. So Justin says, I get countless calls from Medicare. Yes, I do as well. I do as well. Max says the funniest scammer was the guy who said Americas are the dumbasses. Yeah, I from time to time I'll get them to, like, reveal what they really feel, and that's usually great. That's usually great when you get to show what kind of people they really are. But yeah, they think Americans are just dumb as rocks. And I always think the funniest part is they keep calling me and calling me and calling me, and they consider me the dumb one. Manuel says, I watch videos on YouTube about the AT&T service. Yep, that was a funny one. Another YouTube about selling property behind Walmart in a box. Yes, those are good. I like screwing with those guys. Record Crates here and says hello, how are you? But I think you guys might have lost my audio for a second. My audio went out. Sorry about that. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'll make sure it's good. Still coming through the channel. All right, good deal. Oh, let's see. Yeah, this past week was kind of uneventful, but the Medicare callers would not stop. I got several. I still have like 2 or 3 more recordings that are worth making into videos that I haven't done yet. So they're constantly giving me material, which, hey, whatever. I appreciate it. I do. All right. Max says, how do the scammers know your wife's name? Well, honestly, what's so funny is I have it set so that if they call her phone number, if she doesn't answer it within 5 seconds, it forwards to me. So a lot of the calls I get go to her phone number. And honestly, if you Googled her number, you will get her name. We've done it before. It's out there. It's out there in the great wide wonder. So the fact that what's so funny is you'll get the scammer calling, and you'll ask them who you're calling for, and they're like, "Oh, we don't know. We don't." They're looking. They're googling it. They're looking to see what the number's connected to, and my wife's name is plastered on that telephone number. That's why they always ask for it. They never ask for me. They never ask for me. They always ask for her because it's her number they're calling. The other day I was telling her I was worried that they were gonna finally stop calling, and she says to me, "You want me to go on Google and start Googling stuff?" Because literally that's how she gets her name out there, is just going and Googling stuff. What, buddy? That's Tyler. He's voicing his concern that there's people in the house that he's not happy with. So he's in the room with me right now. Hey, buddy, come on. Leave him alone. Come lay on your pillow. Be a good boy. Come on, lay on your pillow. Good boy. Good boy. We have family that's out there doing some family drama stuff, and we're hiding in the office. So Record Crate says, I've been asking scammers how they feel about their prime minister and ask them if they support him. I think I hit a nerve. They get uncomfortable fast. Really? That's a good one. I'll have to remember that one. I used to ask them when they started shutting down travel because of COVID to some countries. I know India and Pakistan were on those lists at one point. I would ask them, so does it really suck that you guys can't travel to the US right now? And they're like, you could tell it made them uncomfortable. But yeah, that's a good one. Janice says, hi from Florida. Well, hello. Welcome to the show. Let's see. Just saying 76, do you get Amazon calls? All the time. But the funny thing with the Amazon calls is usually by the time I get a person on the phone, and soon as I start talking, I don't know if my number or information pops up, but 9 out of 10 times they immediately hang up. Sometimes they'll say something they'll say something and then they'll hang up. But I can't get an Amazon scammer to stay on the call. But they call constantly. I get a call from them at least once or twice a day, whether it's my phone or the home phone or the wife's phone. They always call. I had an Amazon scammer one time tell me to stop pressing number one because it tells you if you don't recognize this charge, press one. And she was like, "Stop pressing number one," and then she hung up on me. So, then stop calling. You know. Manuel says, "I hear you. You hear the dog? Yeah, yeah. He's one of those little dogs that tries to make everybody think he's big. He's got to puff out. So he's just being that way right now." Awesome One says hi to Janice. Janice says hi back. Josh Noble's here and says, when you give them a credit card number and they immediately come back saying it's invalid, I've had success making sure the fake numbers they get past Lou check. They called Discover to Verify. Somebody else gave me a link to a website where you can get a valid credit card number. I just like screwing with them. And honestly, I just make up numbers. Tyler, it's okay, buddy.
I'll leave it.
Okay, see you later. All right. But I just make up numbers. Actually, no, I let me correct that. The first 8 numbers are usually a valid number. They're the beginning of a credit card, of a valid credit card number. It's the other 8. Guys, give me a second. Let me let him out. I think they're leaving, so hold on. You want to go out there and see if they're leaving? Go on. Go check it out. All right, good boy. You know, I'd get upset if they knew I live streamed at 8 and they come over 10 minutes before 8, knowing they're going to screw up my live stream. But they probably don't care or know. So I got to forgive them for that. Oh, well. Janice says, I got a call yesterday telling me my Verizon phone bill was behind. Let me guess, you don't have Verizon? I get calls from Spectrum, which honestly, prior to getting the calls, I'd never even heard of them. I get calls from AT&T all the time. The funny thing is, I don't think I've ever gotten a call from any of the companies I actually have either cable or internet or a phone service through. It's all right. They can keep trying, though, you know. Dennis is here, and Dennis says, hi, Desert SE, Oregon in the house. Okay, very cool. Record Crate says, I had a scammer call for me. Did you not hear he died? I'm in charge now. My name is Bruce Springsteen. They hung up. Several days later, I got a call and they asked to speak to Bruce Springsteen. Yep. Had that many a times. As a matter of fact, the car warranty guy that called me Friday asked for Mr. Jones. Actually, no, they didn't ask for anybody. They asked me what kind of car I had. And when I started screwing with him, he said, Mr. Jones, we're just trying to help you here. And I'm like, okay, now I know he's calling for somebody who doesn't exist. So Janice says, I do, but in my brother-in-law's name in another state. Oh, one time I felt so bad. I was trying to make up a fake name on the fly. And I actually used a buddy of mine's name, and I felt so bad about it. Luckily, they've never called back asking for him. But I'm like, as soon as it came out of my lips, I went, oh, that's a real person I know. It's not just a fake name I just made up on the spot. But yeah, luckily, I don't think I've ever gotten a call back for him before. And honestly, I haven't talked to him in years. So if he gets calls, I doubt it. All right, let's see what's going on here. Dennis says, since the scam baiters have started deleting files, I started getting calls again. Lots of calls, having fun. Oh, that's awesome. I I don't know exactly what list I got on, but I'm on some list, and they call all the time, and I don't mind. I don't mind anymore. I used to always think maybe they'll stop calling. Maybe I can get them to stop calling. Now, nah, screw it. I get disappointed if I miss a call from them. I've had a couple of people leave comments on the channel and on some of my videos saying, you need to call them and you need to call and do this and call and do that. And I'm like, guys, I'm not making any calls. These are all calls coming to me. From time to time, I will try to return the call just to prove that the number is invalid. But I'm not making telephone calls. These are all calls coming to me on a daily basis. And if you've ever seen any of my day in the life videos, those are literally calls that I get in a single day. And what's funny is there are usually many more than that where it was either a hang up or I missed the call, which sucks. But those are the ones I actually answered. Pretty crazy, huh? Hey, Rosemary. Rosemary's here and says, "Hi, Andrew. Nice to see you again." Well, thank you. Thank you. Glad to be here. This is this Saturday night is probably one of my favorite times, to be honest with you. I was telling Todd and Avery the other day that live streaming on Wednesday and Friday, and I do it on Todd's channel on Thursdays, is difficult because my regular job is very mentally exhausting. There's a lot of work that's involved in that. And it's not physical labor, it's mental stuff and working on the computers and crap like that. And by the time it comes to 8 o'clock, I'm exhausted. But for some reason, Saturday in the Saturday stream, I'm always ready for. You guys make it you guys make it excellent. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it greatly. Manuel says, "I remember the video. It was so funny." Thank you. I try to make them funny. Somebody, the video that I put up this morning was the AT&T call that I got recently. And the person was commenting, they were disappointed that it was such a short video. It was like 2 minutes and 20 seconds. You take out the bumper at the end, it was less than 2 minutes. I don't always have control over how long I keep them on the phone. I try really hard to keep them on the phone longer. But I was going to comment and say, well, I cut out like a minute and a half of hold music. I could have left that in for you if you like, but I didn't say that. I didn't say that. That's kind of mean. I'm not going to do that. But I do try to keep them on the phone as long as possible and waste as much of their time as possible. But sometimes, like the AT&T one, he kind of wrapped that one up kind of quickly on me. So, oh well. All right, let's see here. Max says, "Oh, hey Max, how's it going? I feel like the scammers are getting shorter with the script. Soon enough, they'll just call asking for credit card numbers." That wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me. I had a this was a while ago, and I'm sure the call is on the channel. Excuse me. In which I was screwing around with a car warranty guy, and there was a point in the call where I'm pretty much telling him, "Listen, I don't trust you. I'm not going to give you my credit card information. I'm not going to do this." And he's like, "Sir, just give me your credit card number." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, sure." He was very direct, and it was like, "Okay." Honestly, that's really all you wanted, wasn't it? I gotcha. Just making sure. Just making sure. Justin76 says they never stop calling. Nope, they don't. I had very early on, I had a credit card scammer call me, and I told them they got to stop calling me. And the guy said, "We will never stop calling you." And my response to that was, "Well, then I will never stop screwing with you." So you guys literally gave me my goal in life, not to stop, to continue screwing with them. So, oh, that's the big cat. I thought it was the kitten. If it was the kitten, I'd show her to you guys, but she's getting big. She's not getting that big. That's Benji. His nickname is Big Ass because he's getting very huge, and he cannot walk into a room without knocking something over. But yeah, like my cup, he would knock that over in a heartbeat if given the opportunity. So Rosemary says, Andrew, I had 26 calls in one day. Wow, that's a lot. That's irritating as hell, but that's a lot. I if I only count them if I actually answer it and there's somebody there. The most I've gotten of those in a single day is probably around 12 to 15. But I've gotten numerous ones where there's nobody there, and I literally look at the phone to see how long it's been connected, and after 10 seconds, disconnects. They're testing the line, seeing if somebody picks up, and I get those all the time. I probably get those as many times as I get ones I actually answer. So, record says breast raising scam calls. Yep. I asked if they are calling about the results of my biopsy. I started crying. They try to butt in. I fake cry. I tell them how scared I am. I have cancer, and they hang up. See, that's kind of a serious one. That's kind of a serious one. I don't think I'd ever go that far, but I used to, when the funeral expense guys would call, I would tell them, "Hey, wait a minute. I just went to my doctor yesterday. What do you know that I don't know?" And they're like, "Whoa, whoa, we don't know anything." Did my doctor refer you? I used to do that all the time to them. Yeah, it's always good. Manuel says, Drew, you're reading my messages I leave about your videos. Yes, I do. Absolutely do. I'm about a day or so behind. I think I caught up the other day, Friday. So I haven't looked at any of the messages that came either last night or today, which I'll do a little later. But I will definitely catch up, and I appreciate you being out there and commenting. Absolutely. Max says these scammers calls have been going on for decades now. I would think the authorities would shut them down at all the call centers by now. It's From what I understand, it's how a lot of people in countries like India and Pakistan and whatnot make a living. And the authorities, you know, turn the other way. And every now and then you'll see a news thing where they talk about, they shut down a call center or whatever. I think they do that just to tell people, hey, we're doing something. But no, the amount of calls that if me and Rosemary are getting 15 25 calls a day, just imagine how many other calls are being made. This is not a small fraction of a business. This is a huge operation. They have multiple call centers. They have many, many people, and they're constantly shuffling in new people and doing this. I mean, it's despicable, but there's absolutely nothing anybody out here can do about it. I don't believe there's anything you can do about it. I like throwing out, being on the national do not call list because they don't care. They absolutely don't care. I find it funny when it's an American sounding person, and they'll go, "Oh, you are? Oh, oh, oh no," like, yeah, but the scammers, they don't care. They don't care at all. Rosemary says, "You're doing a great job, Andrew." I'm trying. I'm trying. I honestly, every time I get a call, I try to think, how can I make this entertaining? How can I make this funny? How can I make it interesting? Now, so from time to time, I'll get something new and I'll be like, I want to know more. Tell me what it is you're trying to do. And a lot of times it's the same old, same old. You know, it's the same scripts, it's the same thing. They're just using different names. But if it's like American benefits and senior benefits, those are ones, the final expense insurance. I don't know if you guys get those. I get them all the time. I just screw with them now. I'm not even trying to figure it out because I know what they're doing. I just screw with them. So, and oftentimes it's a lot of fun. Awesome one says, I watched all your videos, but don't always leave a comment. Well, that's all right. That's all right. I appreciate you guys checking them out. Listen. I've had a couple of people lately comment good and bad things. And bad things is fine too. If there's something that I need to be aware of, or if there's something I say that's totally outrageous and not right, or if it's something that maybe offends you or makes you uncomfortable. There was one call, I don't remember, actually there were 2 or 3 calls, but there was only one I think I actually put in a video in which the person, or it was an automated thing, asked me what my name was, and I told them I was Satan. You know, I had somebody comment that said, "Man, that's really not good. That's kind of bad." And honestly, when I said it, I felt bad about it. It it's there's kind of I have a kind of a rule. It's like my own rule. You don't want to you don't want to say something out loud and bring life to it and make it true. And so I don't ever wish bad things on people, not even try not to, especially not even joking, especially about family members and friends, not even joking, because if you say it and you give it life by, the irony of it is all of a sudden, oh, guess what happened? This person died of this. And you're like, I said something the other day. So saying Satan kind of unnerved me a little bit. And I'd actually used it like in 2 other calls, which I did not make into videos because I felt so kind of creepy about it. The one I had a good time with, but it was still after I got done with the call. Matter of fact, my wife and I were on our way to go see a movie. We were in the lobby waiting for them to get the theater ready, and I'm on the call and I'm screwing with the automated system, the robocall, and I'm saying all these things, bad things. And after I got done, I turned to my wife and I said, I think I went too far with that one. And she, having overheard me, was like, I heard what you were saying. That did seem like you went too far. But what I'm saying is, if there's a video that I make and you guys think I went too far, let me know. Say something. Okay. Trust me. I take in everybody's input. I take it to heart. And if you don't care and you think it's funny, like sometimes I do, I somebody had commented that I went too far when I told one of the lady scammers, I asked her, "What are you wearing?" And honestly, if I do that to somebody, it's because I know it offends and it usually gets them to hang up the call quickly. And sometimes I don't necessarily have time to take a call. So I want to get it over with quickly. So I'll ask a question like that in order to offend and get them to hang up. Just so happens that this lady stayed on the line with me, which was really weird. I even got to the point where I was asking you, what kind of hobbies do you like? And she's telling me. And it's like, I'm going to keep going with it. You never know. So, Rosemary says, you are so right. Well, I try sometimes. Justin says, I'm with Rosemary. I probably get over 20 calls a day. Yeah, it's crazy. And putting your name on a do not call list don't make a hill of beans. It does nothing. But it's good to mention. Rosemary says, you're helping so many people. Please keep going and spreading the word. I try. Well, I've gotten a couple of new ones recently where the script has been different, but it's the same old scams. It's absolutely the same stuff, but they're trying new scripts. They're trying new tactics to get you to talk to them. And as those come about, I want people to hear them. Those calls usually end up being kind of short because I'm curious as what they're doing. And sometimes they don't have patience for somebody who's trying to be curious. They want to get to the point. So, but as they happen, I like to share them with them. But a lot of them are the same old, same old. The Medicare ones are ridiculous. The senior benefits and the final expenses are ridiculous. The Amazon and the credit card ones, the lower your interest rate ones, are ridiculous. But I love all those. How many people do you know say they love getting scam calls? All right. Ricker says, Satan, that was very cool. It got the one that I did not release got really bad. It got really bad. I mean, I don't want to give life to the words, but I did, and I felt really bad about it. That's why you guys are you probably won't ever hear that one because I did it via my phone instead of in front of my computer where I can record with my microphone and my camera on the computer. And sometimes the quality on just the phone recording sucks. I've played with the settings a little bit to try to make it better, but most of the calls I take nowadays when I'm not at home, the audio just it's not worth it. So those are the ones that I usually try to get rid of quickly because I know, the recording is not going to matter. The other day I was with my wife. It was really funny. We're driving and she hates it when I take the scam calls, but she lets me do it because she knows I can make a video out of it. It was a Medicare scammer and they were calling saying, "Hey, we're going to offer you all these Medicare benefits." And I said, "Sure, great. That's great. Who are you calling for?" Click. And she was laughing. She's like, "That's all it takes to get them to hang up?" I said, "Yeah, yeah, sometimes that's it." Record Crate says, "Don't be superstitious." I'm not superstitious in general, but there's little things that get me. I mean, to be honest with you guys, I asked my wife out for the very first time when we were in high school on a Friday the 13th, and that actually turned out pretty good for me. So, and my wife, God bless her, anytime there's a Friday the 13th, she'll say to me, "Happy anniversary," even if it's like in June. I said, "Honey, our anniversary is in September." But she remembers the Friday the 13th part. So whenever a Friday the 13th part happens, she'll say, "Oh, happy anniversary." It's like, "Honey, you're off the month. It's okay. I love you. I still love you." Manuel says, "Hey, about the robocalls, you asked the scammers how you." He says, "Wait a minute." He says, "You asked those scammers how you on robot calls." I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, Manuel, but I have a lot of fun with those just because you can mess the system up. If it's an automated system, you can screw with them, but normally there's somebody listening in, which is also fun. The awesome one says, "I had some flyers printed up about phone scams and gave them out at the local senior center." That's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. I've told people before, if you have older people in your family or your network, your friends, whatever, make them aware of some of these things, especially if it's something new that they're trying. Whenever I hear something like Clark Howard talks about scams from time to time, especially when they affect the elderly people, and he'll make people on his radio channel, his radio program, he'll make people aware of things that are happening. And if I hear about one and it's like, "Ooh, this," I'm going to call my mom. I'm going to call my dad. I'm going to let them know, "Hey, be on the lookout for this stuff. If you get a call from this company claiming this, don't fall for it." I don't know if I told you guys before, but my mom now tells the scammers when they call my son. I said, "Mom, you're not giving out my phone number, are you?" She says, "Well, if they ask for it, I will." Like, "Thanks, Mom. I appreciate it. I do." Record Crate says, "I got to run. I'll see you on the tube." Okay, fantastic. Have a good one. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Rosemary says, "Andrew, keep going. We love you all." Thank you. Guys, I've said this before many, many times. I enjoy making these videos. I have for many, many years. I love doing it. The scam videos are the ones on my channel that kind of blew up, kind of made my channel what it is today, right now. I'm starting to move some of the older videos that I made that I really liked to my other channels, because I have three channels total. I have Misfit Corner Comics, which is usually generally about the store and comics in general. There's Misfit Corner Draws, which is my drawing channel, which I haven't done a lot on recently. And then, of course, the Scam channel, which you guys are familiar with. But a lot of it was every day putting out a new video and until something stuck. And it was the scam calls that stuck. You never know. You never know. Rosemary says, "Sounds like a beautiful relationship." Absolutely. The wife and I, very, very happy. Well, I don't know if very, very happy is the way to The other day, she and I were driving in the car, and I was like, "If you could describe your life right now in one word, what would it be?" And at the time, we were on the way to a doctor's appointment for her. She has issues with her back, and she was having issues with her knees and her back. And she goes, "I hurt." And I said, "I understand that. I understand." And she said, "What about you? What's your word?" And I said, "Tired. Very tired." But we're hurt and we're tired together. So as long as she didn't say pissed off at my husband, I'm okay. The other day I was at a Target, and I was just looking for some stuff that I knew I needed. And on my way out, I stopped at the Starbucks to get my wife a coffee and take it home to her. And she called me and said, "Hey, where you at?" Because it was I think it might have been the holiday. Yeah, it was 4th of July morning. And I told her, "Hey, I'm at Target and I'm picking you up a coffee." She goes, "Oh, that's great." And I was standing waiting for the coffee, and there was a couple standing next to me. And the lady turned to me and says, "That is so nice of you. That is so sweet of you." Kind of looking at her husband, like, "See, look what he does for his wife." And I looked at the lady and says, "Yeah, I know. 28 years of marriage, I've learned, you know, to cover my basis, you know." But also, I didn't wake her up and tell her that I was leaving and going bebopping from Walmart to Target to Michael's, because she would have wanted to come with me. But I figured I could get away, get out early before she woke up and do all that running around. But I had to bring her back something. So I there were ulterior motives in the story, but I took care of the wife in the end. That's the important part. Um, Prince says, "Have you ever tried to report these scammers to the FTC? If yes, did they do something about it?" No, I have not. Mainly because the majority of the scam calls I get, they're spoofing somebody's number, which means they're faking they have a way of showing a number on your phone that's not theirs. So I have no way of directing them to these people. The number that call comes up, if it comes up as a local number, like I live in the 904 area code, if the phone comes up as 904, I'm not calling it back, because it belongs to some old lady who got scammed by these people before, and they're just reusing the number. If it's a out of state number, I'll try calling it back. But a lot of times I show those on the recording, on the calls, and a lot of them are disconnected numbers, or they're numbers to a completely different company or group that they're just faking. So reporting them to the FTC isn't going to do anything in the majority of the cases. The majority of the cases is not going to help at all. I wish I had the technical savvy or the ability to be able to find out exactly where they're calling from and harass them right back, but I don't. I don't have that. I'm not a Kit Boga. I can't. I don't know. He's way smarter than I am. Me, I just get calls and screw with them. I mean, that's the extent. Brian here says, my grandmother got scammed by a border scam saying I was arrested in Mexico. Yep. And needed $3,000 for bail. She had passed since then, but that's why I got into watching Scam Baiters. Yep. My wife's grandmother got a call from a scammer one time saying that her grandson was in jail, and they claimed to be calling from New York. Now, she knew that he and I had a trip planned for New York later in the year, but she at that moment could not remember if we were already there or not. And she kind of panicked, thinking, "Oh my gosh, Michael's in New York and he's in jail. I got to help him. I got to help him." Luckily, she stopped for a second and said, "Hold on a second." And she called my son's number, and he answered. He was like at work or something. He's like, "What? Granny, I'm at work. What are you talking about?" She panicked because she knew that we had a trip coming up. She didn't know when it was. But sometimes that's all it takes, is just you get a hold of an older person, grandmothers, parents, aunts, great uncles, whatever, and you tell them something that's slightly believable, and that's how they get you. They make you fear, they make you scared, and they give you just enough that you panic and you think, "Oh my gosh, this could be real." You know, it became very, very important. And I told my kids this: if you're going out of town, let your parents know. Just give us a call or even a text and say, "Hey, we're going camping this weekend. We're going to be down in South Florida, or we're going up to Tampa or down to Tampa or something." Just let us know. I mean, just so we know that if we get some call out of the blue claiming that you're in a jail and some that we have an idea of where you might be. And you don't have to tell us every single time you leave the house. But if you're going out of town, just stay in touch. And my kids are really good, and I appreciate they're great. They're great. I've said this before. If you don't have older adult children, go out and get some because they're fantastic. I love mine. Mine are great. I don't know if I would have said that when they were younger, but now I love them. I think they're great. I'd go out and have two more if I could. Don't tell my wife that. I don't think she'd go for that. Rosemary says, "That's the perfect relationship, Andrew. Best wishes to you and your wife." Thank you very much. Yeah. We there was a long time ago, I think we both came to the realization that no matter how crazy we drive one another, we can't we just can't do it without the other. You know, there are times when she's pulling her hair out thinking about something stupid I did, or I'm frustrated with something that she spent money on or something. But take her out of my life for a day, 24 hours, 48 hours, like if she goes on a trip with her mom or something, I'm lost. And it's so funny because, and she knows this to be a fact. She used to appreciate the fact that when she was out of town, the dog would remind me to eat because the dog would need to eat. And because I won't remember, I won't think about it, you know, and he'll remind me and she'll be like, "Make sure you feed the dog." I'm like, "Yes, I got to eat too. That's right. He and I will eat together." Because literally, if she's not here, it just, we have that kind of relationship. And I hope everybody one day gets that kind of relationship where you have somebody who, no matter how crazy they drive you, you can't live without them. So, yep, that's us in a nutshell. All right. Christian says, "My mom has been scammed 2 times. Oh no. I started doing some research and found channels like this." Yeah. Well, my dad got, I told everybody the story. My dad got taken on an Amazon scam. It was an email scam. He was checking his email and there was something from Amazon saying that their credit card had expired, or the credit card they had on file expired. Now, he doesn't do anything from Amazon ever, but my mother does all the time. So in his mind, it was like, "Oh, this could inconvenience her. Let me fix it and take care of it." And he did the whatever it was they were asking for, new credit card number, expiration date, and so forth. And the next thing we know, he had like $1,200 worth of charges on their debit card. And it was funny. It was like around Christmas time or Thanksgiving, because I remember specifically we were all sitting down at dinner talking and having a good time, and the phone rang. My mom went and answered the phone and came back in and said, "Honey, did you charge $1,200 on our card?" And he's like, "No." It's like, "Dad took advantage of the old man." But yeah, if let if you have older people in your life, and I know I'm trying hard not to say elderly, you know, old people. You guys understand what I'm saying. The older people in our lives are the ones that these people go after. They're the ones that they target. It's one of the reasons why the Medicare people and the final expense people, they specifically ask for people that are over 50. They specifically ask for people that are over 65 or whatever it is for Medicare. They're specifically looking for the elder people in our lives. That's who they're targeting. I mean, it's as obvious as the nose on our faces. that's who they're going after. So, but I got to work on my old man voice, because I've had a couple of them recently say, "You sound like you're 35," and I'm thinking to myself, "Well, that's very nice of you to say. It's not true, but nice, thank you." But I have memorized dates, specific dates, and depending on the scam, if it's the final expense scammers, I'm 62. If it's the Medicare scammers, I'm 67. Because if you tell them you're 62, they're like, we don't believe you. You're full of crap. Even though you can be 62, you can be younger than that and on Medicare. Matter of fact, my wife, and she's pretty much same age as me, right around same age. So there are ways of getting Medicare that don't have anything to do with your age, but they don't put that together. They're looking for the elderly people to target. So it's just the way it goes. Rosemary says, Andrew, I think you are so right. I am at an age where scammers think they can get me, but with your help, they won't. Well, fantastic. Fantastic. All right. Manuel says, Andrew, I'm done watching YouTube videos all time. Homeboy. Okay. Christine says, I so agree with you, Rosemary Walker. I avoid getting scammed by the help of these videos. That's awesome. Honestly, I mean, the rule can be very, very simple. If somebody is calling you, it's a 50-50 right there that it's a scam. If they have a foreign accent, that 50-50 kind of goes up a little bit further. If they're calling you about services or companies that you don't have business with, bing, 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 bing. If they're trying to offer you something that like, we're going to eliminate all your debt, we're going to send you free money. These are all things they tell people in order to get them to give them information and to take advantage of them. I mean, it's there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's what they're doing. They're offering you something that just doesn't happen. Rosemary says, you're helping so many people. Never forget that. I try. I absolutely try. And Rosemary says, hearts to Christine. Very good. Well, now I feel like an idiot because I got all these videos ready to go in order to play the game, and my two bonehead friends aren't here. Let me check real quick. I got a message. Let me see if it's a message. Driving back from picking up the kids. Be there around 10. Well, next time, because I'm not streaming all the way till 10. That was Todd. He had a few days with the grandparents keeping the kids. So I was like, hey, go enjoy the time. You and your wife, go enjoy the time without the kids. Go do it. Go out to dinner, go out to the movies, and do all that good stuff. Don't worry about my channel. So actually, you guys want to see, you guys want to see something funny? You guys want to see the intro video that I made for the bleeping game? It's actually very, very funny. I need to warn you. It could be one of those things that offends somebody. Simply because I decided to take a joke and kind of run with it. Technically, I think the only people that would be thoroughly offended by it are actual scammers. But you guys will get the joke. So hold on just 1 second. Let me get the file, because I worked on this while I was at the store today, getting it all ready to go, and then of course they're not here. Oh, all right. You guys need to let me know if you think this is funny or if you think I went too far. Okay? And this may be the only time it's ever shown, but you would literally oh, Avery's here. Let me bring him in. Hello.
Hey, what's up, man? I just saw the invite.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like my notifications on my phone didn't go off, or that I was eating dinner.
well, Todd just texted, says he's out with the wife and they were getting the kids and they won't be back till like 10 o'clock. And I'm like, I'm not streaming all the way to 10.
Yeah.
But I was going to show everybody the intro that I created for the
Okay.
bleeping game because it's actually pretty funny. I think you'll get a kick out of it. I don't know if we'll maybe we'll do a few, but with just you. But yeah,
Okay.
this is the intro that I created. Oh, good God, I didn't realize where it starts. But you might, Avery. You know for a fact, I think I'm funny. I'm not necessarily, but I think I'm funny. If this doesn't give you an idea of how funny I think I am. Now, you may be asking yourself, why does this goat have his eyes blacked out?
We've got to protect the anonymity of the goat.
That's right. That's right. And wait till you see what I did. It's kind of sad. It may go very. I set it to go very fast, so it may, you may not be able to focus on it. But I had a really fun time doing this. So,
okay,
you ready?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm going to play a little bit of it just to make sure you can hear the audio. Okay. Could you hear the audio? Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Oh, all right. Here we go. Here's the intro that I created.
You could have put adult fantasy for Todd.
I could have, but I actually those intros were from the first time I set up the bleeping show from like a year and a half ago, and there was no adult fantasy then. So
okay,
but I thought I really wanted him to be here so he could go, oh, come on.
Yeah, and Todd.
Yeah, and Todd. Originally, it had Dillard and it had Rick. Mm-hmm. It had Kodiak. So I mean, it was a longer thing, and then at the very end, it said and Todd.
Nice.
But what'd you think of the goat with the tongue out?
Yeah, that's great.
Isn't that great? Great. Great. And I mixed in a bunch of scammers into it.
Yeah.
And I blacked out all their eyes, so I blacked out the goat. Here I am explaining the joke. I'm sorry, I really don't need to do that, but I had fun creating it. So
it's fun. It's funnier if you don't explain it.
Yeah, I know.
It makes it more random. It's like what the.
All right. I am going to. Since you're here, maybe we'll play it for just a quick second. I'm trying to remember if which one of these is really good. Now, these 5 that I have here are all ones that weren't made into. All of these that I'm going to show now have not been made into videos. So even the audience hasn't seen these. So not just you, but the audience hasn't seen them. But I am almost guaranteeing that everybody in the audience who watches my videos regularly will know what's beeped out because a lot of it's normal stuff.
Yeah.
But for you, could be you might not be able to recognize it. So you want to give it a shot?
Fine.
Okay. Let's ready?
Do it.
All right.
Come on.
By the way, this is actually how we play the game, guys. For all of you out here, is I take a clip, I bleep out one word or short phrase. I'll tell you if it's a phrase or if more than one word. And Avery has to guess to try to figure out what it is based on the context that's in the
video. I never get it. I can't even do it when you played this game with my obsession.
With you. That's
with things I said.
That was freaking hilarious. Okay, here we go.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Frank. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Hi, Frank. My name's Michael.
Michael the faggot?
Yep.
Okay. No, this is not for sir.
Oh, no.
What? I couldn't hear him.
Oh,
He
okay.
just did he just call you Michael Bundle of Sticks?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Mick Bundle of Sticks. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that can. Okay, you can't play that word.
Well, it's a name. It's not a word.
Oh,
But he said something after that.
yeah, I couldn't make out the rest to even try to guess context.
You know what? This might actually be a really bad example of the
Did he call
same.
you a homosexual?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
It's not gay to kiss your homies.
Oh,
Okay.
but that's exactly.
As long as you what is it? Batty says as long as you high five afterwards or you're wearing socks, not gay.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's so bad.
Terrific.
Oh,
That's all I need, and
All right. Let's try another one. That really wasn't a good example, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny, but
That guy was very homophobic. Why does he hate gay people so much?
well, I honestly, I think I did cut that audio into a video and share it, where you saw in my reaction when he said it, I just went, yeah, because I didn't hear what he said. I honestly did not hear
Yeah.
what he said. And when he asked me the other question, I'm like, where are we going with this? What the hell's it's like I missed the joke
Yeah.
and didn't realize it. But
That other dude, homophobia is gay. You shouldn't do it.
yeah, that's right. All right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
terrific. That's all I need, and I want to thank you for taking the time with me today. Congratulations on your eligibility. I know you will be very happy with this program, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
I'm sure you'll be happy with effing yourself or something. I don't know.
No, it's not anything bad, but
Oh,
you could be. You want to hear it one more time?
yeah. Wait, one more time.
Terrific. That's all I need, and I want to thank you for taking the time with me today. Congratulations on your eligibility. I know you will be very happy with this program, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay, sounds
And your
good.
tiny
Thank you.
penis.
I seriously don't think that's what she said, but
I'm
there's always
going with your micro penis.
a micro penis. Okay, all right, let's hear it.
Terrific. That's all I need, and I want to thank you for taking the time with me today. Congratulations on your eligibility. I know you will be very happy with this program and your savings. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh,
My savings.
Sounds good. Thank you.
savings.
Yeah.
That's boring. Why can't you pick the ones where we actually bleep out the obscenities they call you?
Because I don't want to use the idea is to imply obscenities without it being obscenity.
Well, when you did the game with me, it was just obscenities.
Well, that's all I have of you is recordings of you obsidiating.
Okay, all right. And what's your zip code?
Obsidiating? Is that a word?
I don't think so. I think you just made that up.
I got to check because I think that's a word.
I don't know.
All right, let's do the one more, okay?
Okay, all right. And what's your zip code?
32216.
32216.
Yep.
You are
I'm sorry? Oh, they hung up again.
She said, "You are something," and then hung up.
A goat fucker?
No.
Oh.
I guess again, or is that the
I'm
best?
judging by the clips here, man. It
Okay,
looks like you're
okay.
really into goats. I'm just saying. It's a thing. You were drawing a goat the other day.
I was.
So I'm starting to think this is a fetish.
Okay. All right. Here's the actual call.
Okay.
okay, all right. And what's your zip code?
32216.
32216.
Yep.
You are currently.
I'm sorry?
She said I was crazy and then hung up. So,
You're crazy?
yeah.
Well, that's a real zip code.
It is.
Yeah.
But I don't know why she reacted that way.
That
so.
was my zip code when I lived there.
That was mine many, many years ago. So, Oh, well. All right. Well, that was just a taste. It'd be funnier if Todd was here, but I got to come up with better ones. I'll do that for next time. I promise.
All right.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm not clipping or bleeping actual real vulgar words, but you're supposed to imply that to get you to think that way, even though that's not where I know.
I always think that way.
I know.
I'm a degenerate.
You are. But I'm glad you're here. All right, hold on a second. Let me see. Let's see what else.
Although I will say, when they do cuss at you and insult you, their idea of insults are pretty lame.
Well, I had that one that I played for you where he called me cheap.
Yeah.
Which was kind of funny.
It's like, ooh, sick burn, buddy.
Pat says, hey, all you fabulous, fearless scam baiters. Hello, Pat. Thank you for coming. And Rosemary says, don't like the swear words. Yeah, I understand.
Some people
understand completely. But, all right. Well, needless to say, guys, this is an example of what we're going for with this game. It's not to be vulgar. It's not to have curse words. But sometimes it's fun just pretending, even though you guys know it's not. It's kind of fun to pretend that it is. But yeah, Avery's really bad at this game.
What are you talking about? I'm a genius.
Yeah. You were really bad about guess the amount the art sold for game. Actually,
yes,
we were all bad at that.
Yeah, there's a couple I got close.
There absolutely was, but
there's some that were shockingly low.
In the overall general atmosphere of the game, we all sucked at it.
Yes.
Which I think the more often we play it, the better it'll be.
Yes. But some of them, like, some of those like Gene Colan pages, shockingly low. It's like,
I know.
What? It's like Gene Colan's dead. There's no more Gene Colan pages coming. And that's from his heyday in his prime.
Same thing with the George Perez.
Yeah, exactly. That George Perez collab page with
John Byrne. Yep.
That was disturbingly low price for that. It's it's like if I had the money for that, I'd just buy it. Just wait for John Byrne to die.
Yes, I know.
It can't be long.
He's getting up there.
Exactly.
But he hasn't lost a step. Have you seen some of his current stuff? I don't think he's lost a step at all.
Well, ever since Next Men, his stuff hasn't been that great to me.
Yeah.
His heyday is like Fantastic Four and Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah.
When he was on those books. Yeah.
All right, enough comic top. These guys aren't interested.
Yeah.
In that, so. All right, everybody. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your weekend. If you're in a state like Florida, like I am, it's going to be hot and muggy and ugly. So stay indoors if you can. But I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend and stays out of trouble. And always remember, if you get scam calls, either hang up on them or screw with them like I do.
Yeah.
It's always fun. All right. Good night, everybody.